And so it was said that if the pillars of the world shall fall, darkness will descend upon all that lives. From the Book of the Dark. Man did not heed this warning. The sacred cosmic tree burned to cinder. And so the darkness came, claiming all that was bright and living in Thea. When all hope was lost, after a century without light, the sun rose once more. Thea awakened from her dark slumber, and you along with her. But Thea is not the world that once was. The age of darkness weakens, but it is far from over. Life took its shy roots, yet death will not release its grip easily. While the sun keeps some of the evil in check during the fleeting days, at night, the creatures of darkness roam free and angry, unwilling to give up their dominion over the land. It is up to you to find a way to rebuild Thea, banish the darkness, and strengthen mankind.
Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to another Halloween episode with me, Cornish-Knight. This is Thea, The Awakening, Return of the Giants, a game made by Muha Games. It's a blend of, I suppose you could call it sort of 4X and a card game. It's a really good game. I'm really enjoying it. Now, just a quick disclaimer. I had intended to purchase this game, but I noticed that the company helps out small YouTubers by giving them free copies with no strings attached. So one of the problems I have as a small YouTuber is that the lack of funds to purchase new titles to show off. So I approached them inquiring if I could get a free copy of the game, and they acquiesced to my request, which I am very grateful for. Now, they gave it to me with no strings attached, so this will not be affecting my opinion of the game in the slightest. I had fully intended to purchase the game beforehand from playing their demo, which I greatly enjoyed. I was just rather fortunate to be allowed to get a free copy and save myself a little bit of money in the process. But this will not affect my decision in the slightest. Now we are going to start a new game. I've had a little bit of practice with this. Basically, the way that you play is that you choose one of the gods. You can have Savrog or you can have Horus. There's a bit of description we'll go into a bit here in a second. It loads up with the loading screen, so I'll read that in a minute. You basically get progress throughout your game, so your gods become more and more powerful, which helps you. For example, if we start off with Horus, you get a +1 damage and +2 range damage at night in your villages. Your villagers get this at night time. Or if we do Savrog, your villagers gain experience faster. I think I might do that. That might be a bit useful. Now you can switch between how you want your village to be set up. You can have either as a gatherer focus or warrior focus. I like having the warrior focus because it means you can do a bit more in the outside world quicker. We're going to set it to normal and we'll dive straight in. The god of the sun and heavenly fire, the first son of Piron. When darkness came, it almost took your life, filling your very being with its curse, but you held on to life and fell down to fear to protect those who worship you still lived. Providing small rays of sunlight and warmth for as long as you could, you ensured their safety. You know not how the sun finally returned, but know that it has. You must shine a light of hope and blast away for your people and Thea.
Thea is awakened. Welcome. No time to waste. You are a deity of the High Pantheon, and you must help your worshippers survive the darkness. So what now, you ask?
Indeed.
You are divine, yes, but you have little power, and so you will know the world through your people's eyes. This means sometimes you will encounter your own divine messengers, and maybe even face your own avatars. Weird, I know. Your first mission is to survive. Every critter is trying to make sure you stay down. So get food and craft better equipment to protect yourselves. You will guide your people to victory. either by sheer survival and progress, or by solving the cosmic tree's mystery.
Well, that's interesting. Now, I take it that this, like, what is it? Is it supposed to be like a gargoyle or an imp? I think maybe it'd be an imp. Right, so he's basically telling us that everything out in the world is going to be trying to kick us in the head, so that's just fantastic. But we shall press on. We are a god after all. I suppose this is going to be like sort of like an avatar kind of thing. We're possessing people to control them. What's this? Who's talking to me, and what do you mean looking through people's eyes?
I am but a messenger. Theodore, you can call me, but let us focus on you. Thea is a broken land. The underworld is shut, and the undead roam the earth, and creatures of darkness that ruled for a century want you dead.
Okay, this is really bad. If their underworld is shut, it means like none of the souls or anything are going to the afterlife, so we're going to have all kinds of horrible stuff going on. Okay, so I need to improve our village and people. So how do I get started?
First, go and explore your village. Check the inventory to see your stocks, and set people to gather food and fuel, like wood. Without food, people will starve. And without fuel, they will not craft or even heal, so these are really important.
Okay, so we need to keep an eye on our food, we need to keep an eye on, I suppose, when he says fuel, what, like wood, coal, we'll just have to see. Okay, gather food and fuel at the village,
Yes,
anything else?
Once you've visited your village, check out the people standing outside, the exploring party. Select your party and send them to me. I will wait for your people outside the village. I have marked your people's map with a big blue question mark, so they will see where I am. Oh, and if you ever forget what your current task is, just check out your logbook.
It would have been nice if they'd sort of put that kind of thing in like commas, so it was like out of game context. It was slightly game breaking. Oh, by the way, God, if you forget what you're doing, here's a logbook. Not that you're omnipotent or anything. Right, yo. Alright, so check out my village and people first, then send them your way. Let's begin. Enter the minds and bodies of your worshippers and begin the adventure. So it is basically you're using them like avatars. You're taking control of them to get the stuff done. Ooh, okay. Let's see what we got. First off, I think I'm going to change that name. Having something a bit more Cornish. Have it Truro, have it the capital. Capital of Cornwall. What have we got? Absolutely jack. Okay, that's fantastic. We've got vegetables and we've got wood. Really, that's all we have? Hopefully our borders can expand and we can get some more supplies. Right, we better set someone to gathering stuff. Actually, let's just check out our villages. We've got... Let's see what her name is. We've got Solivia. Oh, I can't pronounce that name. I'm going to have to change it to something. Let's change it to Jane. We've got Jane. Siasimia. Why do they give us names that you just cannot pronounce? Let's call you Bob. I want to marry you, Bob. No, if you didn't get that reference, that's a Blackadder reference to one of the second season of Blackadder. I loved that season. It was so funny. I love Blackadder so much. Lucky Charm. We got some relatively good starting gear. Ledgerag, he's our craftsman. Grodzilia Lever. Caesar. I had to change all these names. Call her Rose. Lucky Charm, Perception, good quality. Radio. Let's see what we've got in our village. Some food. A bit of stuff, not a lot. And hardly any wood at all. Okay, so I take that we're burning that. We got food for 16 turns, but we've got wood for 5. That's not good in the slightest. Okay, so we need to get our... So that's taking 1 turn to gather that each turn. If we set those to doing it, they can basically just grab resources constantly. Now, crafting. Do we have anything that needs crafting? not yet. We can't do anything like that. If we add more people to this, do we get more supplies? Hopefully we do. Maybe it will just increase stuff. Alrighty-o. I suppose, yeah, I can see if you get over this bar, it'll do it every once a turn. I understand that, right? Now here's our party. There seems to be some treasure. Let's just check out our party and see what they have, shall we? Who's in our party? Dorbrima. They have these names that I just cannot pronounce. Let's call her... Female names, female names. Let's call her Ash. Frank. Irina, I can... Nadija, I can keep that. Yarmila. Boyona. So, Boyona... Well, I do love the art style in this game. Boyona is going to be... is a craftsman. Yarmila is a warrior. So they're all warriors. That's nice to know. I might... no, I can't get... everything in this game has a weight limit. So she's... I need to give really this to someone who can use it though. It's basically a pike. I don't like spear weapons. Yeah, it's piercing. It's not fantastic. I really need to get some better gear, some better weapons. But he's got a training sword, which isn't fantastic. So he's got armour on. She hasn't though. But see, we come to wear it. Let's give it to him. Right. So there we go. That's our inventory for them. What's the food situation like? Okay, what are they burning for fuel? Okay. This is really bad. I don't think they can actually... Okay, yeah. We've got a real bad start by the looks of this. We've got our, like, starting party's got no... has, like, got no ability to move, because you basically you need food and wood. So oh, this is terrible. I might just have to do that. I mean, yeah, I know no fuel. Yeah, I completely understand that, but I just can't move. This is like... sorry, I'm just stunned as to how bad our start is. I might just end up dying straight away. Oh god, that would be embarrassing. Basically, the way the reset tree works is that you unlock new items and new constructions. So we've got pasture, rearing your animals. Will not need to hunt so often. Grants meat each turn. Smithy, a proper place for crafting items and equipment increases the crafting skill. That might be nice to have. Oh, or we could get something unlocked here. One-handed swords, light armor. Actually, that might be good. Clubs are nice. Maybe bows, maybe unlock some bows to give to some of my weaker characters. But I've got like nothing around here that I can use. What to unlock? I might have to get that. I might have to just... I mean, I'm just such them bad. Just trying to think how we're going to get out of this. Because I need to have something that I can use. I mean, if I go for this, how much it's going to cost? I need to basically build this first. So this is going to be a long-term project. Boy, oh boy, this is not looking good. Let's grab something that we can use for a start. If we can try and get vines, we can get that, which means we can make clothing. But let's try wicker. I don't know. I'm like really at a loss. I mean, this is a really bad setup. Let's try and get some more stuff to burn. Did it reveal anywhere in the world? Yeah, but it's like massively out of our way. Let's have to end our turn. Could take us... I mean, we can't even move, to be honest. I mean, I could send I might just have to send the expedition back to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I don't want to do that. Because it's gonna be an absolute monster, but I'm gonna have to... Basically, I just do not have the resources to send anybody out on patrol. So I need to get people gathering as much supply as I can. Right. Will this help? God, we're in such a bad position. At least we can make some meals. That should work. Blah blah blah. Bigos, a form of vegetable stew traditionally made of sakurut. But any veg does the job if needed. I suppose like some kind of cabbage. This has a very sort of like Nordic feel to it, sort of like Northeast European feel to it. Right, we need to set someone to craft that. Is there anyone that can do that level of crafting? One turn. Right here. Let's do that. Don't have very much wood at the moment, so I'm going to probably have to just do it like that. I mean, there's nothing else I can really do. I mean, can't construct the par because I basically need an absolute ton of ingredients, like either wheat. See, look, I need vegetables, which it's going to take me a while to get. Gathered 14 extra from... Yep. So now we should... If we look at our inventory... Yep. We've got a nice amount of cooked meals. That's good. And on the wood side of things, we actually now have enough wood to actually go off and do an expedition properly, which is something I am very grateful for. So, who do we want to send out on patrol? Let's just check out the inventory for a second. Because I don't really want... how do I... Okay, equipment. I think I've got to send him out, but I don't really want to give him... piercing damage. What does piercing damage do? Card deals piercing damage. Is placed in front of the last card and deals half its piercing damage without additional effects to it, but only when the last card is. Doesn't sound fantastic, but it does do poison. That's two-handed. I'll keep with it for now. So expedition. So we're going to take you. We need to take a healer of some type. Which, where's her craft? She has craft of 4 while that person has crafting of 8. I'm going to take her because, to be honest, she's more useful in the settlement. I'll grab a couple of extra fighters. None of them are like super tough, unfortunately. So this is going to be a mostly female band. Okay. I forgot to give them food. Okay. Sorry, that was my fault. So it's... He's locked. Now, how do I give food? Yeah, here we go. Inventory. We are going to take the meals. So let's cover them. I can always make more meals. I need to take some wood as well. I'm going to give them 21 wood. I can gather a lot of wood quite quickly. So if we could quickly jump back into our village. And I guess I've just messed it up, haven't I? Yes. So about this, I'm still getting hang of the system. There we go. Then we go... Yeah. Expedition inventory. We'll take the meals. We'll take 20 wood. Because they need it more than the village does, because the village can basically rebuild stuff. And we'll go... I mean... manage supplies. New expedition, okay. Oh, I see. So I'm getting confused about what I can take. My fault, sorry. Right, here we go. 20 turns. That's only going to last us 4 turns? Damn. Okay, so if we take just... If they take 40 bits of meat... Okay, that's 6 turns of food. That should do. But still, that's a really sharp drop-off. Did not expect that. Radio, so create our little expedition. Now we can actually go out into the world and do things. So, first off, we should probably go and see the gnome. See what he wants.
Welcomes you. Well, hello there. I see you're finding your feet and making first steps into the world. Well done.
So what now, you inquire?
Events, such as meeting me, will occur throughout your adventures. Sometimes they are random, sometimes predestined, and always varied. Events can occur when you're out exploring, but also globally, or within your village. So remember, leaving your settlement unattended may be dangerous.
Right, events can occur any time, both within the village and out in the world. Anything else?
Many events will ask you to bring stuff or do things in order to move to the next stage. I asked you before to gather food and fuel in your village. So you can gather resources in your village, but also by setting up a camp. Good. Now events can lead to conversations or just random disasters, but they can also lead to challenges. To show you what I mean, track down a pack of boars nearby, marked by a blue question mark, and bring me back their bones.
Right, point me in the direction of these boars. Right, so they're right next to the village. That's really quite bad. Okay, so what I can tell... They are busy doing that, crafting. Can we craft anything? I mean, she's got really high craft value, so it'd probably be advised. Let's go ahead and make some more meals. I wonder if I just put it on a loop. Right, so let's try doing this, shall we? We're in range.
You find the boars Theodore told you about. There is only a couple, so it should not be too hard. However, instead of a straight fight, you can try to do a proper hunt. If you have the right skills, that is. Or better yet, you can go all native on these beasties and wrestle them to the ground. Not an easy option, that
I might
one.
just straight up fight them. I don't think my party's got enough physical to basically wrestle the boars. Begin combat. Let's reshuffle that. So the way that this basically works is that this is your offensive hand of cards, this is your defensive hand of cards, which is not fantastic, to be honest. We're just going to have to try our best. Whoa, these guys are really tough. I'm going to have to try something. Pressed the wrong one. No. This is going to be interesting. Really interesting. Literally, I'm just desperately trying to survive this. I don't know if I will. Oh, we won!
You have slaughtered
Awesome!
the boars, and you are able to salvage much usable stuff from them. The downside to choosing combat is that your people may get wounds, and with heavy wounds they will risk death every turn until they heal once more.
So what we got? We got some meat, an amber runestone. Ooh, Petrified fossil tree resin. Runestone. Using old dwarven techniques, runestones can give protection from magic. Interesting. A lot of meat and some hide. Take it and leave. Right, we have this. Let us. We have to probably end. Yeah, let's end our turn here for now. We've got some more wood. So what we can do is we can quickly run to our management section. Oh, didn't I put anyone on making that? Silly me. But we can we construct anything yet? What happened to all our wood? Inventory. Where's all our wood going? Okay. So we should have loads of wood. Is that my imagination? It's saying so if we cancel this, so I'm just slightly confused because they are gathering wood. Let's go back and turn in the bones.
Theodore welcomes you. Well, hello there. I see you're finding your feet and making first steps
Yes,
into the
Theodore.
world. Well done.
Let's see what we've got. Okay, we have the bones.
Well
Wonderful.
done. And keep your resources. They may come in handy on a rainy day, you know. As you saw, you got both experience points and research points, on top of any material rewards. All of these will help you grow stronger.
Okay, so we can gain experience resources by doing such tasks, and we get rewards. So what now?
You've discovered that some events will let you solve a situation through more than combat. These non-combat challenges are often just as hard, but it means that fighting is not the only way. Remember, wounds from combat challenges can kill your people even after the fight, so choosing a different path is often safer. And having a medic in your party will help decrease the chances of dying as well. Anyway, great job on the boars. Practice makes perfect, you know. So now that the boars are done for, let's practice one more challenge type. Social encounters. I spotted a fellow demon called Hurlik, and I want you to convince him to give you some gold. When you have it, bring it back here.
Okay, go and talk to Horlick and get him to give us some gold for you. Got it. This is going to be interesting. We are out of time for the day, ladies and gentlemen. If you've liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at the links provided below. I've been Cornish-Knight, and this is Thea the Awakening. Till next time.